Hey guys, good to see you back on esportesavvy. Last month, the football world was shocked with the news of a breakaway league involving the top clubs of Europe. This league would have made the Champions League redundant and it primarily focused only on the big clubs, the top 15 clubs, so called the founding members. However, fans raised their voice so high that within 3 days, this league was cancelled. This is not the first time that such a breakaway league has been planned. Some leagues are planned just for financial benefit, while some leagues are planned to make a statement. Today, let's look at 3 such rebel leagues that changed the sporting world. And unlike the European Super League, these leagues lasted well beyond 72 hours. Way back in the 1970s, the money involved in cricket, including broadcasting, was very less. The idea of making cricket a form of entertainment and serving it to the public while generating massive incomes was an idea of Kerry Packer. Packer conceptualized and started the World Series cricket in 1977 and broadcasted these matches on Channel 9. He managed to sign great names such as Tony Greig, Greg Chappell, Michael Holding, Clive Lloyd, Imran Khan, among dozens of international names. Many national boards now started boycotting the World Series cricket.
The World Series was a serious game changer in the late 70s. For the first time, cricket witnessed a proper day-night ODI game. Packer wanted the working crowd to enjoy the game with the families after office hours. Test matches were called Super Tests, but this was more of a technicality, as ICC held the rights to 5-day matches being called as Tests, which is defined under law by MCC. We finally have day-night tests after years of cricket being played, but the first time it was played was in the World Series. Packer also managed to conduct 4-day matches to shorten the time frame. Packer wanted the crowd to have a very close-up experience, hence he introduced dumb microphones. Teams started experimenting with color kits. This was one way to brighten the viewing on television sets. Nowadays we have all sorts of protective equipments. But did you know that the World Series was the first tournament to use helmets for batsmen? Many other such protective gear came to the sport since then.
But all was not well. The Australian Cricket Board and Packer were suffering huge financial losses, and after 2 seasons of Kerry Packer's World Series, the ACB and Packer came to a truce, which resulted in Packer and Channel 9 getting the broadcasting right for Australian cricket for years to come. But strangely, Australians who participated in the World Series of cricket were barred from selection for the 1979 Cricket World Cup as well as the subsequent tour of India as a form of punishment. The World Series of Cricket showed that cricket could be a form of mass entertainment for the public as well as turn out to be a pot of gold for everyone in it. The World Series cricket was not that bad after all. Fast forward 3 decades and we had a similar rebel league in India. This time it was the brainchild of Z Entertainment led by Mr. Subhash Chandra. He wanted to cash in on the newly popular format of T20 cricket. He was able to get in the legend Kapil Dev on board, as well as international players such as Kiran More and Tony Greig. Tony Greig was also involved with the Kerry Packer series.
ICL needed some USP to start running. Z first targeted players who were less likely to get a chance in the Indian team. It would be extra income for them. They signed players like Stuart Binney, Ambati Raidu, Rohan Gavaskar and Deepdas Gupta among many domestic players. अभी Indian League वाला feeling आया था. Step 2. Sign international greats of the last decade, such as Brian Lara, Inzamam ul Haq, Abdul Razzaq, Shane Bond, Chris Keynes, Marwan Attabadu, Moin Khan, and many others. ICL then distributed these players in city-based teams like Mumbai, Delhi, Hyderabad, Kolkata, etc. However, unlike the IPL, everything was owned and controlled by Z. The league successfully conducted its first event in December 2007. फिर 2 नए international cities add हो गए, Lahore and Dhaka, to take its city-based teams to 9. The city-based tournament was followed by a world event in each season. It had 4 international teams in its second year: the Indian 11, Pakistan 11, Bangladesh 11 and World 11. ICL was growing at such a pace that it had conducted 4.5 tournaments within 13 months. 4.5 tournament कैसे? वो मैं बताता हूँ.
Looking at ICL's popularity, the BCCI became more aggressive and they started taking certain steps such as deploying a blanket ban on all the players who were associated with ICL. Also, domestic players were now getting paid more. The ICL had less support on the outside as many stadiums were associated with BCCI and hence ICL had to use secondary stadiums for their matches. With the player ban in place, there was now less money coming into ICL. The Mumbai terrorist attack of 2008 was the final nail in the coffin of the tournament. The 2008 World Series, the 5th tournament of the ICL, which was going on, had to be cancelled midway. There was a plan for a 6 tournament in 2009, a 50-over format, but with many players leaving, lack of resources and success of IPL 1, ICL had to be discontinued. Although the ICL was not a success story, it will always be remembered as that event that gave birth to an idea of hosting a city-based T20 league cricket in India. Moving to a different sport, tennis had seen a rebel league as early as 1970. It was more of a professional tour than a rebel league. The female tennis players back then were played chiller when compared to men. The pay ratio was as low as 10:1 in favor of the men.
Billie Jean King was already a 5-time singles Grand Slam champion in 1969. She raised voice for equal pay to the US LTA. They refused this long-standing demand to increase the prize money of female players. Fed up of this inferior treatment, the original 9 was formed by King and 8 others, mostly Americans. King was able to get Virginia Slims, a tobacco company, as its main sponsor. They started the Virginia Slim circuit in 1970, consisting of 8 tournaments in the beginning. In the same year, the circuit grew from 9 members to 40, which meant they could now have a full tour for 1971. King made history in 1971 by becoming the first ever female tennis player to win $100,000 in a single calendar year. Mainstream tennis was now taking a beating. This success prompted King to convene a meeting in 1973, just before Wimbledon, and thus the WTA was formed. By the end of 1974, the ILTF and Virginia Slim circuit merged into WTA. The original 9 were truly rebel for a cause.
Billie Jean King was the first true feminist in the sporting world. She not only raised her voice but also started a revolution for all the female tennis players in the world. But point to be noted, her performance never took a beating. She had already won 5 Grand Slam titles in singles before the Virginia Slim circuits, and she won 7 later. If we include women's doubles and mixed doubles, she won 27 Grand Slams more. Although these 3 leagues are now discontinued, but these 3 rebel leagues surely changed the sporting world. Stay tuned for more such trivia on the sporting world on Esportes Savvy. Until next time, let's all be sports savvy.